Key indices are trading lower right now. Nikkei is down around 100 points as we speak.
If the first gap up is sold into, then yesterday's low of 13,131 is sacrosanct.
At some point in a pullback, domestic money, which has missed out on this rally, will step up.
0.6 up now, 88, 90 up, and 300 up on the Sensex, 230 up on the Nifty Bank.
I think we're going to get more stimulus around the world from governments, to get through this lockdown.
More severe volatility can come, but wealth creation in the companies are happening irrespective of what's happening in the market.
Jewelry, massive size, $40–50 billion at least as an industry size, and we are here at maybe 6–7% market share. So the headroom to grow is very, very substantial.
As we speak, so we're down close to about 0.3% on the benchmark indices.
We do see expectations on the earnings front also quite high. I think it's time to remain cautious and very selective.
Will brand Karnataka be impacted, sir?
No, it will not affect it. Anyway, it is a one strain incident.
We're down about 40 points, 13,287.
Okay, after 1.5 day correction, the markets bounced back, and it's been a very strong bounce back, led mainly by the IT stocks. The Bank Nifty is also now beginning to participate, but it's really been a strong comeback. And of course, it's been global in nature. European markets really started this recovery, and our market following suit. For now, at least, the market believes that the worry that the market had about that new variant of COVID perhaps was overdone, or at least in the near term was overdone. That is the explanation. You can have any explanation, but that's the explanation for now. The market up about 100 points on the Nifty right now. Even the advanced decline has improved. In the morning, it was 1:10. It's almost bordering on to 1:1 right now. Surabhi, hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I guess it's all boiling down to whether the current vaccines can deal with this new mutant or not, right? And
yes.
Sonal Sachdev, our head of research, just pointed out some interesting commentary that BioNTech's chief executive officer is making. He's saying, guys, give us some time. We need more data.
Yeah.
But even if there is a new mutant, we'll give you a new vaccine in 6 weeks. So I guess if that is the thought process with which we go, then the market is marching on as we're seeing today, Anuj.
Yeah, who would have thought we would discuss mutants in real life?
It's like sci-fi. Exactly what I was thinking last evening.
All those movies and all. I never thought that you would discuss that. But anyway, look, the market has respected a template today. In the morning, we spoke about the first gap up being sold into. Then the market, if it respects the yesterday low, then perhaps having enough shorts to bounce back. And the market's done that. But the market's given a bit of a warning over the last couple of days in terms of the kind of stocks that you are in. And the kind of leverage that you might be holding right now. This market could easily go back to all-time highs, Surabhi, and things could look normal once again. It could be once again one of those shallow corrections. But within that, the market's given you a bit of a warning sign. The way the last 2 days mid-caps capitulated. I think today, of course, the mid-caps have come back from the low point. But in some sense, the market's given a warning. And I think let's wait for these 2 weeks because, and I think the governments have learned their lesson after the first fiasco of COVID. So this time there's no taking chances. You're closing the borders much earlier, and all of that is happening. So obviously, that's a bit of a relief factor. Obviously, you'll worry about the economic implications of that. But if it's short-lived, then the market will move on. But I think today the market's trapped some shorts because between yesterday and today's first half, there would have been a lot of shorts, and they have been trapped. Last hour, anyone's call, honestly. But suffice to say that for now, the market's given you now an interesting reference point, which is yesterday's low, 13,131. Now that becomes the Lakshman Rekha. If you start to breach that, then you get worried. Otherwise, I think you take long positions with 13,130 perhaps as your stop.
Just a quick follow-up question, Anuj. On the profile of stocks that are leading the rebound today, it's largely IT and pharma. And yes, banks have also participated. But, in the 3 weeks you were away, there was so much bravado. Everybody was talking about economy-facing stocks, picking the PSU banks and, the L&Ts of the world and so on and so forth. So do you sense that over the next 2-3 weeks, till we have clarity, the focus will come back to the defensives?
I think you started to see that since Friday. Last Friday, you started to see that. And I think that's continuing. But if this new strain just turns out to be an irritant more than anything else, then I think that trade would come back rather swiftly. So that's what I would say right now.
Okay, all right. Well, that's what we will discuss with our guests on the show. So let's get started. Plenty lined up on Closing Bell as always. For now, it's an impressive comeback by the Bulls, and we've got plenty of green once again on the screen. The market has seen a sharp recovery in the last 1 hour or so. We will track it with the experts as we go along. In terms of stocks and sectors in focus, as we were just discussing, IT is, of course, a key focal point. And within that, Coforge, it's one of the most expensive mid-cap IT stocks, but still has gained almost 60% this year. We get you some interesting analysis in our special segment, Stock 360. Now, overall, this big IT trade that has resumed, what do you make of it? Also, Goldman Sachs believes that double-digit dollar revenue growth for top Indian IT vendors is on the horizon. We get you snippets of that report and the analysis in a moment from now. Of course, the part of the market that continues to sulk today is travel, hospitality, for obvious reasons. International worries, plus, of course, the night curfew here in Mumbai. So a bit of a focus on some of these names as well. And finally, what are the charts indicating now after this big shakeout that we got yesterday? Sushil Kedia of Kedenomics will join in.
Okay, how should you position yourself? Though in this last hour of trade, we have Mitesh Thakkar now joining us with closing strategies. Mitesh, good afternoon. It's been a strong comeback for the Nifty, even the Bank Nifty. But are you buying it? What's the call on the index now and your stock calls?
So, good afternoon, Anuj. I think morning we were talking about that 13,200 on a closing basis is a very important level. Two moving averages coinciding there, I think a very important area. And I said that the structure has been damaged by yesterday's candlestick and the indicator setup is also slightly turned shaky. So it will not be a market which will again regain uptrend immediately. I think if we don't break 13,200, the idea was that we might get into a 300 point kind of consolidation, 13,200 about broadly 13,500, give and take 30-50 points. And that seems to be the view playing out, and IT is clearly the area which is showing strength and signaling uptrend. Possibly will be the outperformer in the next few days to come by. So I think we'll approach the market that way. We'll trade long on IT. We'll keep cutting positions on the other side on other stocks, and even sell out of the money call options of Nifty with 13,700, 750 as the preferred strikes. Having said that, the calls I have right now are two IT stocks. Infosys is a buy with a stop at 11.99 for targets of around 12.45, and HCL Tech is a buy with a stop at 8.84 for targets of 9.35.
Okay, all right, Mitesh. Thanks for the calls. We'll come back to you with more questions in just a bit. But let's straight away get going with the focus on the show today, and that continues to be, of course, the IT sector. Rima is joining in. Of course, Rima, the focus has come back very quickly to IT names, given the concerns. But you tell us more about this Goldman Sachs report as well. They're sounding fairly optimistic.
Absolutely. IT has been the sector of the year, right? The stocks have doubled from their March lows, and on a year-to-date basis, across the board, you're seeing some handsome gains led by Infosys, which has moved up close to 60% so far this year. Well, Goldman Sachs has written an interesting note on the technology space in India, and the key headline from there is that we are entering a third phase of outsourcing for Indian IT. The first phase was Y2K, the second phase was the global financial crisis, and now we've entered the third phase of outsourcing. What this is going to result is in double-digit growth for the Indian IT companies. So across the board, on an average, they're expecting a 13.1% dollar revenue growth in FY22 and about a 9.7% growth in FY23. Again, the leaders here would be TCS as well as Infosys in terms of growth rates. The key reasons, as you well know, it's the accelerated adoption of digital projects, which have led by cloud. The scope is also increasing. The timeline is also going up. So that is a positive. When it comes to outsourcing, they're saying that the average wage differential